recording artist, engineer from Raleigh, North Carolina, specializes in smooth R&B, goes by the name of Nine Side and International Nine. Today we get deeper than music with Nine Side here on Deeper Than Music. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Just a quick introduction, man. It's the 314, baby. The 919 raised me, now the whole world pay me. I go by Mr. International Nine Side, as you heard it here, man. And it's a pleasure to be here today with you, man.
And we were just talking, man, by way of Raleigh, but now you're in Chicago. And we were sitting and had a side conversation because I came from Southern Illinois to the Sand Hills area, south of Raleigh. I guess that would be my first question, man. What motivated the move from North Carolina to the Chi, man?
Funny enough, initially, like I came out here for work. I had got an HR position out here, and they relocated me out to Illinois. So it was a new experience, and like, if you look at my track record, man, I take any chance I can get. I moved 9 hours away from school, so it was like when I got a chance to kind of branch out and be my own man in a whole nother state, I was like, man, it's a great opportunity for me. And I came out here one time in the summer, Chicago, in 2018, and fell in love with the city. I was like, dang, Chicago like this? I was like, hey, man, that was a great experience for me. So I was like, man, one day I live here, and lo and behold, like they say, you speak things into existence. You ended up living out here, man.
Speaking of which, man, I love the Chi. The Chi gets a bad rep, man, and I think it's uncalled for. The city is beautiful. Lake Michigan, the Miracle Mile. And then you go an hour north, man. Milwaukee is like a smaller Chicago. But shout out to the Chi, man. I'm a little sad because we on the last season of the final season of the Chi. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it,
yeah,
man.
pretty good series, man. Pretty good series. Well, really good series. Yeah, man. I've been following it for a while. I definitely got to tap back into this last season, but I definitely been following it for a while, man.
Dude, the last episode, yeah, man, you got to tap in. You also talk about moving, man. Not only are you into music, man, you also are an athlete, man. You were All-American track star for Alabama State University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, a little crazy thing about that, man. Like, so I graduated from Alabama State, in 2019, but I only did 3 years out there because initially I transferred from a PWI in North Carolina called Western Carolina. That was the first school I was at, but like I said, I got a chance to go out to Alabama. I had a great freshman campaign out there, and I just needed to change the scenery due to some personal things that I didn't like about the school that I was at. So decided to put in a transfer, bet on me. And man, I was blessed with the opportunity to go out to Alabama State. Made a great name for myself.
Nice. And then we want to switch back to the music, man. You've been pretty busy, man. So for the listeners, we talked about where you from, where you been, where you at right now. How would you describe, man, your music, and what are you bringing to the music for people that haven't heard you or checked you out yet?
How I would describe my music now is authentic. I've spoken on this previously before. Like, I feel like a lot of my early stuff is experimental, and this era that I'm in now is intentional. I found my sound, I've shaped who I want to be. So whether it's like R&B sound or hip hop sound or anything like that, man, I'm just trying to be authentically me when I bring my music in.
Come from a musical background, so growing up, did that help instill your versatility as a musical artist and engineer?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Like, I never really thought about being an artist until like the pandemic happened. Was forced to sit down and just kind of decide to pick up something new. Like, I had a musical background in like theater and choir and stuff like that, but being my own artist was never like a thought in my mind. And then when it became something, it was like, wow, like I knew more about music than I actually like, had that I guess gave myself credit for. So it kind of played a part. Like when I hear certain influences or certain sounds, it's like, man, I remember something that sounds like this. This sounds like old school, or this sounds like a pop song that I know. This sounds like this Afro pop fusion sound that I know. Like just pulling all influences from all types of music genres, and I feel like I don't put myself in a box with the music I listen to, so it kind of helps me stay fresh and versatile as an artist.
Hey, you know what, man? I wanted to ask you this question too. We talk about the pandemic. I've been watching the show called Origins. It's on Netflix, but it came out during the pandemic. So it's about the origins. They have like Fat Joe, they have Busta Rhymes, Eve. But when I watched the show, it was during the pandemic, and they wear masks, man. To me, now that we're in 2026, it feels so far away, man. It feels like, how's it feel like as far as the pandemic to you? Like when I see people with masks, I'm like, damn, that seems a while ago.
Yeah, it seems a while ago. Like it, sometimes it doesn't even seem real. Like,
yeah,
we've gotten back to stuff, and even with everything in the media now, like everything they were doing with the vaccines and how that's coming back to play with like different lawsuits and or just different discoveries of side effects that weren't listed when just different stuff like that. Like there are little things to remind you, but it feels like a fever dream. Like it doesn't even seem real. Like we were locked in for almost a year.
Yeah. So being locked in, being locked up, like what was that aha moment? Like, you know what, let me tap my hand into music. Because like you said, it gave us time. Like we were isolated. Like what was that moment? Like, you know what, maybe I can go ahead and dabble in music. And
honestly, it was like me and the homies in the neighborhood. Like I had just came back from school, so I'm starting my pro campaign with track. Boom, gotta sit down. I'm like, damn, what can I do? My homies, they do music and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I listen and try to be like an engineer or a producer, because it's like I've always liked beats, I've always liked music. I figured I could do something to help them out in the meantime, and like it'll still keep me connected to music, but I can go back and do track at any time. I just started working with it, and like the more and more I like recorded, the more and more that I was just dibbling and dabbling in the process of all of it. Because like what people don't tell you, like the live singing stuff, you can't go and do what you would do live in a studio. Like it sounds completely different. Like setting up a song and then setting up a live performance is completely different. So just learning all the ins and outs of that, and I fell in love with music again. It was like, and now not just as a consumer, but as a creative. And it was like, I was always good at writing, I was always creative, so it was like, how can I blend the motivation that I have in all these areas to make myself an artist? And at first it just kind of seemed like something I was doing, but then being able to sit there for hours and just work on it and not have to worry about going to work, or not worry about like having to like handle all these responsibilities because we're just locked in, it gave me time to like really work on things and polish myself as an artist. Because what I would usually have, like, oh, I have to sacrifice all this time to do this, and like maybe I got 2-3 hours to record before I gotta go lay down and get ready for work in the morning or something like that. Now I got a whole day to just work, so I'm working out all those kinks as I go, and it just became something.
Man, it gave you a chance to learn, enhance, and perfect. You blend seamlessly so many different styles of music. I wanted to ask, man, who are your influences? Like, what artists influence you as a creator?
Man, it's real funny because it's like I feel like I'm very influenced, but I don't really take anything from anybody else, you know? So it's like, but I'm more influenced by genres than necessarily like artists. But I can say like, you know, artists that have helped me shape my sound, from like, of course, Carolina Boy, man, like Cole
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that, like Little Brother, you know, those sounds. Even funny enough, like Petey Pablo, like I don't feel like, yeah, I don't feel like culturally, like we look at him as someone who made it, you know, like North Carolina doesn't have a lot to hang their hat on, but when he had his little, you know, stint, he was fire. But I mean, even from the trap scene in Atlanta, like from the 2010s booming up to the, you feel me, the 18, like 2018, 2016, that type of sound. Like I got to go through college through some of that, like high school and college through some of that. So like I kind of grew up on that music, but also early 2000s hip hop, R&B, old school 90s, 80s, like funk music, soul music, gospel, anything. It was like just hearing all that and being influenced by those sounds. It's like I know I'm listening how people work these different type of beats or work these different type of sounds. So it's like if I was making something, and so this is where artists play in. So it's like if I hear a beat that sounds good with like Gunna, like if someone says like a type beat or something like that, I wouldn't think about it like, oh, how can I sound like Gunna? It'd be like, oh, if Gunna was on a song with me, how would I float it to match what he got going on? You feel
yeah,
me? How could I
yeah.
be 9 on a song that, you feel me, sounds like it should be for somebody else? And that's how I just always approach it. Like, how can I be authentically me again? Like bringing it back full circle. How can I bring my authenticity to a track? You know?
And then so you talk about the DNA of music, the different genres of music. I wanted to get your take because you're a music, you're an artist, and a musician, audio engineer. Your take on AI in music?
Don't like it. Don't like it. Now in the sense that like I'm not so like um you know, anti AI that I'm like, oh, it has no place. I feel like if you're doing small inflections like in beat making and things like that,
Yeah,
maybe, you know,
yeah,
but
yeah,
using other people's voice, using other people's likeness, stealing whole brands that people are cultivating, especially like new sounds that you know are gonna pop. Labels are probably taking music from, they're scouring the internet every day, taking music and running it through AI to teach their AI. And it's like, if labels start investing in AI artists, you necessarily don't have to pay anybody.
and I just heard that SZA, they unknowingly, like AI has studied her music unknowingly, and I think, and I think, yeah, like you said, to a person. That's why I wanted to speak to you about it, because you know music, you know the DNA of music, you know music theory, and yeah, if you use it as a tool, I feel like cool, but if you use it as a whole thing, like you're not being a musician, you're not being an artist, and you're cheating the actual
Yeah,
artists and the musicians.
yeah, you're taking the like you're really taking the human interaction out of it. People be like, oh, well, I write the lyrics and AI just sings it. If that's the case, sell your songs to somebody.
Yeah, yeah,
Sell your songs to somebody. Like
yeah,
you people are looking at it like, oh, I create a fake artist, but like when there's a demand to see the artist, then what? When there's a demand to have, like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna start going to virtual reality concerts. So now everybody is just gonna be sitting around with their headset, not actually going to actual concerts, experiencing what it's like to see these people live, because what? Like, you know, you're taking the whole human interaction out of it. Like, in my opinion.
yeah. And I love Michael Jackson, man, but all the Michael Jackson AI is too much. And then when Timbaland did a song and use Biggie's AI, bro. Biggie's voice is AI. I was like,
And Timbaland is one of the most prominent voices in music. Like has one of the greatest track records in music, and is actively promoting AI. But I mean, they've been talking about Timbaland stealing smaller artists' music for a while now. So it's like I don't know how true those claims are, but to know what AI is doing, and then on top of that, what AI is doing to our actual like environment, what it's doing to communities.
data centers.
Data centers are destroying the planet. Like whatchamacallit, there was just a study. I'll have to go I don't want to misquote it, but there was an AI data center that is I forgot which company it is, but they're facing backlash right now because in Georgia there was a whole extra 30 million gallons of water that was being used that wasn't reported for an AI data center. So you got to already think about the amount of consumption that it takes. They didn't promote a whole 30 million gallons worth of water that was being used. Now you're talking about in you're building data centers in communities and things like that. You're talking about freshwater systems. You're talking about water supplies. You're talking about water pressure. You're talking about a whole lot of things that people may not seem like it causes much issue, because someone in California may not have to deal with the same issues as somebody in like rural Memphis who has absolutely like nothing, or these rural areas who have little to no resources as is. But these data centers are going up in these places saying, oh, we'll create jobs for you. This is going to help the economy. This is going to help
It's going to destroy the land and take your resources.
And it's probably going to kill off the people so they don't have to end up giving you a job or anything like that. Like, you know, so it's a slippery slope with that, man.
Yeah, it is. And then also speaking to you being a independent, you have ownership, you're independent. Now we see with technology, the good side of technology, it kills some of the gatekeepers. To you being an independent artist, having your masters, owning your own stuff, what's the importance of that, man? And what does that mean to you?
It means everything, especially knowing like what artists before us had to go through to even like get like royalty splits, you know? Like they used to sign so many bad deals, and it's like if you sign a deal, hey, we're doing all this for you, we're gonna own your masters, you know? But now it's like, hey, I can own my masters. All I gotta do is set up a camera and I got my promotion right there. You know, if I like, and the way things go now, like everything used to be so cinematic, everything used to be so intricate. Everything now is like on demand. Even the designs, like we used to have, I remember the old NFL teams and stuff like that, the designs they used to have for jackets and for logos and stuff were crazy. And now everything is like minimalist and that sleek type of feel. And that's kind of how our content has got. Quick content that we can consume quick. All the long form content, people will watch it, but it's like, you know.
And they have the short attention span.
Yeah, and it's like even now for music, people used to enjoy 5-6 minute songs because the musicality of it was there. Now if I give you a full tape of 20 songs and the longest song up there is 3 minutes, like, you know, what are we really getting out of that? And that's no knock to people like that, because shoot,
Yeah. I hear you.
yeah, but I got you know, I got some 1 minute songs, some interludes here and there. I got some shorter 2 minute songs, but it's like I'm also in the business of making real music. Like at the same time, like I eventually want to score like movies and stuff like that. So there are real tangible skills and skill sets that I need, you know.
It's like now that it's the death of the concept album. It's all singles, you know, quick cookie cutter. And you mentioned something too with like you said, with scoring, we're talking about licensing. The main thing is publishing. And I don't think, I try to tell people it's music business. Yeah, we're artists, we want to do the music, but you got to know the business. Like publishing is everything and anything. Dang, another question I wanted to ask, man, being independent, doing your independent grind, what has been the biggest challenge as far as in your journey so far as being a creative?
Knowing what's for me and what's not. Being self-aware, being self-aware. I feel like that's been a big thing, because it's like you see so many trends. You see the appeal of virality or something like that, but some of that is like going against the grain, and then it's like at the same time, everybody has steps. There's some people who've been working on music for years who don't pop till they've been like, and people be like, oh, I've been writing since I was 13, 12, and been making music since I was 15, and don't pop till they, 30. Stuff like that.
And what you say about virality and taking steps, you also mentioned about the importance of your fan base, whether it be big or a niche fan base. Can you expand on that?
With that, like I think it's very important for people to find, especially in this day and age, to find people who are like authentically gonna, because in the stan culture that we have, those are basically gonna be like soldiers for you. Your fan base is gonna do all the footwork, like all the traffic now, and like I feel like people don't even really gatekeep artists anymore. Before, it used to be like, damn, I'm so hot that everybody like found out about so and so, because now they're going mainstream. Now people want to brag on their artists. They're like, yeah, like y'all don't know about so and so. He's one of the best underground, or this and that. So it's important to find that fan base, because like you can go mainstream, and a lot of people have the potential to go mainstream, and it work, because you need to be able to branch out. But that niche fan base, the one that got you in the door, the one that kind of lifted you up, you still have to be loyal to them.
Oh yeah, because they're the foundation. And I feel like with being viral is like the best analogy I heard is like a firecracker, boom, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Where's your niche foundation?
Mm-hmm. You see the labels now, they get a check off that. They'll go sign you. You got a viral hit, and they'll probably manufacture 2 or 3 more viral hits, but they know you have no real fan base. And most people have to become personalities over artists.
Man, what'd you say? You mentioned you made me think of a line, Nas's song "Nobody." And Lauryn Hill was like, I don't have to do what you do for popularity. I don't have to make she says like, she doesn't have to be a parody. It's just like, you just made me think of that verse, man. Yeah.
And that's real. Like, you got to think of how many, I spoke on this in another interview, but it still reigns true. Like, how many times do you think the industry is going to allow Lil Baby to make it? Once. Because they only need one Lil Baby. You feel me? But they already know that y'all will clone yourselves because you think his music is so great. So it's like, okay, you're gonna be like Lil Baby this, Lil Baby that. People, like when I was working at a studio in North Carolina, I can't tell you how many people came to the studio. Yo, can you make me sound like this? Can you make me sound like that? I cannot, because the only person who sounds like that is this person. Yeah. Now if we're going like, oh, I want a heavy auto tune like so and so, yes, we can do that. I want like a reverb, like, yes, we can do that. But make you sound like them? Absolutely not. Can't do it.
Sign, man. Nice. Thank you for taking the time, man, to being on the show, man. I got 2 more questions for you, man.
Okay.
The first question, man, what does music mean to Nindside?
Man, music means to me, it's expression, it's life, it's feeling, and I feel like it's one of the most human things that we have. Like, think about every time you listen to music and you put on music for certain feelings. You put on music to do certain stuff. Music gets you through the day. Like, when you're cleaning, turn on music. When you commuting to work, you turn on music. When you work out, turn on music. Like, it's like having a personal soundtrack to our lives, And I feel like like all that rolled into one, and also like it's an expression of love, It's just going back to that feelings, like it's an expression of yourself.
Last question, man. What is 2026 into 2027 look like? Where can people find you? What are you doing? Shameless promotion time.
So 2026 and 2027 look like a takeover for me. I'm not gonna lie. I've been working on a lot of stuff, but for me, timing means everything. Like, I wanna get things right for what I want to do, but I'm not wasting my time. I'm not letting it fall off. So you see the singles that I've been putting out, but I'm attaching them to an album that I have coming out. Myself and another artist that I work with, Zoo Squat, will be dropping a joint tape soon. In addition to my own album, and I'll have another joint tape coming out with another artist. Yes, it'll flow it. We're gonna make up a group. And that whole name dropping things like that'll come later. So okay. I want to save that for my rollout promotion for that one. But you can expect one between myself and another artist out of North Carolina. Yes, it'll flow it, and a joint tape with my producer out of North Carolina as well. Smoke Digital. So Smoke and Mirrors 2, probably our second install of that. So yeah, man, I got a lot of things going on, and that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully, man, I can just pop outside and try to save the world. You feel me? One day at a time, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, Nine Side, thank you for sitting down, being deeper than music with us, and sharing your music to the world. The people listening, check it out. He's getting busy, so better get on the train.
Man, y'all can find me everywhere at Nine Side, all streaming platforms. NINESIDE. You can find me on IG. 9side _, Twitter 9 or X, but Twitter for real. 9side_, and on TikTok at 9side music 919.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another great episode of your man Markivus and 9side. Closed another great episode of Deeper Than Music.